Scorpio, in the last week of this month, October, it's Scorpio season. I love Scorpio season. I am not a Scorpio, even though I bear your insignia on my chest. I'm a Pisces, as you know. So I consider it somewhat of a sisterhood. You're the bigger sister here because you've got like the fire and the ability to go deep and not be quite so much of a scaredy cat. But at the same time, I welcome Scorpio season. We all get to go down to the bottom of the well. Yes, we do. So I like doing readings for Scorpio anyway, as you know, but even more so when we're coming into your season. So happy birthday to you, early Scorpios, my brother being one of them, or one of you. And let's do it. Let's see. Because, oh yeah. Oh yes. There's going to be something to see. I can tell. I can feel it in my Piscean water. Crown Games. Oh yes. Right use of power. This is like a regular Game of Thrones situation. I do feel, Scorpio, and I did feel before I even started, I don't know, I'm feeling ballsy on your behalf, or rather, I feel like I'm channeling your ballsiness. Because there's something, well, let's look at this, yes. I don't like that. Gathering ground, the power of community. There's something here about your position in the world. And every Scorpio season, we all get to take a really deep look behind the armor, behind the mask. But there's something different about what you're doing and what's going to be happening to you and to those around you. I'm going to use the Enchanted Veil because I feel like there is a veil, but it doesn't really scare you. Oh, hello. That's rather nice. We will look at your general channeled messages. We will also look at your love life and anything else that we need to look at. This is good. This is good. Okay. First card that wanted to help itself out of the pack is the Four of Wands. Zippity doo dah. So the Four of Wands, it has different meanings. So let's say we were doing the love section of your reading, which is coming next under here. I would say it was to do with being simpatico with someone, with there being a sort of magical portal of 1111 with you and this person that was really, just really witchy and sumptuous and lovely. This is coming up for, and it may also have a bearing on your love life in a minute, we don't know, but it's coming up for there being a portal for you. There being a vacancy in the power department. And I don't mean electricity. I mean this. I mean, let's imagine, right? This is how I'm going to explain it. Let's say we were in the royal court, you know, old school, Elizabethan, whatever. We're in the royal court, and it is that whole Game of Thrones thing where people are jockeying for position, whispering in corridors. You know, you're like, Gemma, have you been to my workplace recently? This could be a work thing. But whispering in corridors and making things happen, maneuvering, all of that good stuff. And you are new to the court. You've got to make your mark. So that's where I'm seeing you. I'm seeing you so that you need to make your mark. You need to deal with all these people that may be higher up than you at work, may have more say in destiny than you do. But this is about your, I don't want to call it training because it's not training. You've got the skills for the job. It's just about you introducing yourself. We've got the Emperor, which is a good card for you to get. You're starting to become more in charge of a situation that used to be in charge of you. Okay? the Emperor is the CEO of a situation, the CEO of a city, of a country, of the world. You know, it's, you are in a position where, frankly, it may not make you everybody's best friend, what you need to do, but that's not always the prime consideration. It's not that you need to be like real nasty pants, but you need to do what you need to do. You know, no apologies, no explanations. You get the Six of Wands next to the Emperor. We can see how this is going. Leadership. Taking control, taking charge. Now, Scorpios, you're not all clamoring to be leaders. Some of you are, some of you want leadership, but I wouldn't associate it completely with your sign. But you do like to be in charge, I think. Or you certainly don't want to be out of control in a situation. And it may be that you've been feeling helpless slightly, or confused, or annoyed, or stymied, stuck, that you can't make what you know needs to happen. So there's something here about the universe putting a situation out there to test you, but also to test everybody else around you. Itchy nose. The Eight of Wands, a conversation, a debate, maybe a robust exchange of views, who knows. This involves you talking to people, it involves you negotiating from a very strong position. It may involve you having a difficult conversation with somebody. This could be somebody at work, this could be somebody who's a friend, or someone who's just someone you have to deal with. So it may not be completely comfortable, the conversation that you need to have. But it's necessary, and it will happen. If you've been in a situation where you felt really powerless, because, yeah, that's weird, isn't it, that I say that and you get this, with the Eight of Swords, which is where you feel you are hemmed in, where you feel you are limited. And some of you, you know, this could be the way that things are set up for you in a friendship group or a work group or even in a relationship. You have felt powerless. You have felt you did not have a crown. Let's just see what that says. Yeah. There is a slow change of the guard. So expect this towards the end of October, okay? Sun moves into Scorpio on the 23rd. Yeah, we've got Page of Pentacles, we've got Page of Wands. These are all kind of messenger cards, beginning cards, starting cards. So expect this to be around the 23rd onwards, 23rd of October onwards. But I would say the seeds of this were planted maybe even up to a year ago. Yeah, Six of Swords. You're moving on with something. You're moving forward. And it's very healthy. And it's been quite difficult. And you are going to have to be balls to the wall to make it happen. Okay? But you can do that. You have got that ability as a Scorpio. You don't normally stick your head above the parapet because that's hard work and, you know, it blows your cover. Aha! But there is a time and a place for doing so. And I feel like that time and place is going to come because you're going to get asked, Eight of Wands. You're going to need to communicate, and that's no bad thing. Okay? Because the Eight of Wands is a very different energy, as you can see, to the Eight of Swords, and you're no longer willing to be trapped. You don't want to be trapped, Scorpio. You refuse, and Scorpio season is very liberating for you. God knows what it's going to be like for the people on the other side, but honestly, that's not the point, is it? Let's take some love cards for you. Let's look at your love life, your love and relationships. Scorpio, love. And relationships. There will be an extended love reading, as there is every month, Scorpio. So if you're hanging on every word thinking, that's me, the link will be in the description box below. Okay, Scorpio, love life, please. That's a weird way. I'm choosing the cards in a weird way for you. Instead of like shuffling and then choose this one and that one, they're coming out in like a clump, in a pick me. In fact, this could be all the cards. Look at that, they all came out at once. This could be all the cards for your love life. Them's the card. Oof, 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 and a woof. Look, the Tower. Straight out. Straight out. I like this. This is needed. It's needed in a lot of areas of your life. The universe knows it's needed, and it's like, I am going to throw a cat among the pigeons. I'm drinking hot elderflower cordial, by the way. And can I fully recommend that? It's a little bit like when you drink it, but ooh, yeah, it's good. Okay, cripes. Just seeing what I've got. Ooh, hello. Magician. Tower and the Magician. Okay, one thing I get from this is that somebody's going to appear, because that's what magicians do, you know? Puff, there's a cloud of smoke, and then the smoke clears, and you've got your magician nicely backlit, standing there, possibly dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. When you see that, for me, sometimes I ask that, but more importantly with the Magician, there's just this feeling of mystery. And for some of you, this is an appearance. So this could be meeting somebody, or it could be somebody who, for some reason, hasn't shown their face popping up, but I'm still not sure you are seeing them for who they really are, because they are the Magician. They are in costume. They are making things happen that don't really happen, you know. They say they're cutting a woman in half as one of those tricks with the box, you know, and then they move it around. Of course they're not, you know. So there's somewhat of an illusion here to speak of, and I'm interested in that. So let's see what else we have. Ooh, the moon. Moon energy. Full moon energy. We had a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces on the 7th of September, and it was like a great big wave that disturbed a lot of things and opened out a lot of things. And I feel like if you get like this mysterious Magician and you get the moon, there are some things that you are not party to, you are not aware of, you are not able to see. For some of you, if you've been waiting for someone, because we also have the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles, I call her the Queen of Velvet Waiting. And I just get the impression, because we've got the Tower and we've got the Magician and we've got that slight feeling of somebody not playing ball, you know, somebody not revealing something on stage, but it's not real. You're not getting to go behind the curtain. It just feels as though there might be somebody on the periphery, on the outskirts of your life. I don't know whether that's like a situationship or an ex or someone who you haven't had a relationship with, you're sort of still deciding, or it's still at that stage where you don't know what you're going to call it. If you are waiting, the Tower is going to be useful to you, but you might not like it. So the Tower will be useful to you because it's like, now you know. And it will be revelatory. So you could have a revelation if you're in a situation at the moment which has been a bit tied down, or where with the Crown Games card, where you are not able to have a significant position. Do you remember we were talking about you being in an Elizabethan court? It feels as if everybody needs to know their status, their value, what they have to offer. And you were a bit on hold for some reason when it came to this person. Yeah. That Tower gives you clarity. Now, this can be a sudden appearance by this person. It can be the conversation in the Eight of Wands. It can be the appearance like the Magician, where they literally come out of nowhere. And it feels like you've been waiting for it. It feels like you've been waiting to know. And you're still not going to completely know yet, because we've got the Moon here. And that just underlines that this is a mystery. But you're a bit of a mystery, Scorpio, as well. I know. So, okay, Ace of Swords with the Five of Swords, Venus in Aquarius. And this is a card, again, of maneuvering. You may be in a situation with someone where you are both maneuvering. You're both not saying how you feel. Neither of you want to blink first. But you know that you're waiting for something. You're watching and waiting as Queen of Pentacles. Scorpios can wait the longest of any sign I know. Incredibly patient. But also incredibly emotionally focused. So it's not waiting for waiting's sake. You're laser beam focused on something. Then we get the Six of Pentacles, generosity, receiving. I feel like you're waiting to receive either the right signal, the right words, the right sign that this is worth pursuing. This is worth being the Queen of Pentacles for. You also get the Six of Swords. So we have two Sixes of Swords, because we had this one earlier on at the end of the other section. So we have two Sixes of Swords. I think, and I'll take a couple of cards on this. Which ones do I want? I think that you may end up, once the Tower thing happens and things are kind of exposed and people are exposed, you're going to end up calling this one way or another. That's what I feel. Let's take a few cards on that. Yes. Bloody knew you were going to get that one. Knew you were going to... Oh my God. Okay. And that one. Ooh, hello. I didn't know you were going to get that one though. Let's have a looky see and put you on the top. Oh, we've got two on the top. Okay, God. Right. We've got the Seven of Cups, deciding, but for a long time your choices have been like dummy choices, because you haven't known, you haven't had that Tower moment, pull everything open and you be like, I didn't know that. Okay, if I'd have known that, I would have said this or done that. So we have the Seven of Cups, but we also have the Seven of Wands. Mars in Leo. Love a bit of Mars for Scorpio. Because you're used to that energy, you know that energy. And Seven of Wands, Mars in Leo, is always someone who is like, you can come for me if you like, but I will be waiting. They better not underestimate you, is what I'm saying, okay? But on the other side of it, we also have this, the Five of Cups. And the universe is saying, look, Scorpio, if there is something about this that you need to let go of, you need to grieve, let go of it and grieve. Don't be caught up in something that's not going to meet you where you are, that's not going to be good enough for you. If you may come to a point where you need to sort the wheat from the chaff with this. We've got the 8 of Pentacles. So can I work with this? Can we work together, me and this person? Can this work? Can we do the things we need to do for it to be a functioning connection for whatever you want it to be? Okay. Now this card I could see a mile away, Judgment, because it's like Back to the Future. It's like going back to something and saying, okay, we can have a do-over, but here are the lessons I've learned. So that may be what you're communicating to someone, or what they're communicating with you, or that you're just communicating with each other. It can't be the same as it was before. And then Queen of Pentacles is back. I love this Queen of Pentacles. I love her eyeshadow in particular. She's just so gorgeous and glamorous, but she just also looks, she's waiting, but she's elegant. And it doesn't look like she's waiting because she's kind of got everything she wants around her. So get comfortable, take charge, be yourself. You may come up against a dilemma where it's an either or. You're like, should I stay? Should I go? Should I do it or not? Either way, you need the crown, you need the power, and you need the confidence. And then this guy shows up. The King of Cups. I love that for you. So we have the Magician. We had the Magician. And we have the King of Cups. For some of you, the King of Cups is another side of the Magician, that there is this emotional side to them. For others of you, there are two people in the picture. There is somebody intriguing and mysterious and maybe a bit of a difficult dog to keep on the porch. And there's somebody who is emotionally in tune with you. I believe for most of you that is the same person though. Because the King of Cups can also be a bit like the Magician. So for most of you, this is the same person, but they have two sides to them. Is that an oracle card? In the extended reading, I'm going to dig further. I'm going to look at the Magician, the King of Cups. What might be standing in the way? What can we do about it? I'm going to take some shadow cards on it because you're in your shadow era. I know. And see if we can get like a way forward. Okay, I get it. We get, by the book, stick to your own rules. First you've got to make them, then you've got to stick to them, and you might need to revise them in the light of the fact that you are now a member of the court, that you now have the crown, okay? To be fair, you're going to be weighing up both sides of this, but you are going to be deciding one way or the other. And go the distance, Queen of Pentacles. You're not normally the Queen of Pentacles, but for this reading you are. Whichever way this goes, there is an element of waiting. So make sure it's velvet waiting, because if you have your discernment and you got your eyes open and you're helped by the Tower and the universe is going to blow things open anyway, then you're going to get to choose rather than be chosen. You're going to get to have a part in your destiny rather than having it chosen for you. And for some of you, it's a very wise move, and it's something really worth having, or someone really worth having, but only if it's on your time and your terms. Okay? Scorpio. Okay, I'm going to go do that extended reading now. If you want that, the link is in the description box. And I will see you on the other side. Namaste.